The Power of Silence. Written and published by Book Boost. Silence is one of the most powerful tools we have in our daily lives, yet it is often overlooked or misunderstood. We live in a world where noise, distractions, and constant chatter surround us at every corner, making it easy to forget the incredible strength that silence holds. But what if you could unlock the power of silence, not just to calm your mind, but to propel yourself forward in ways you never thought possible? Silence, when understood and embraced, is not a void. It's a gateway to clarity, strength, and a deeper connection with oneself. This is the first step toward transforming your life in ways words cannot fully express. At its core, silence isn't merely the absence of sound. It is an active state of being where you become more attuned to your surroundings, your emotions, and your thoughts. In a world full of distractions, silence offers you a moment of pause where you can reconnect with your inner voice. This is the strength of silence. It allows you to step away from the noise and find the clarity that is often clouded by constant input. When you learn to embrace silence, you learn to tap into the power of your own mind. It becomes easier to think, reflect, and make decisions that align with your true desires and goals. You stop reacting out of impulse, and instead, you respond with a clear sense of purpose. Silence provides the mental space needed to reflect on your actions, your choices, and your direction in life. But silence isn't just a tool for mental clarity. It is also a powerful instrument for self-discipline. In moments of silence, you find the space to strengthen your resolve, sharpen your focus, and eliminate distractions that hinder your progress. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of others' expectations or societal pressures. However, silence allows you to distance yourself from external influences and focus on what truly matters, your own path. In the quiet, you discover your inner strength. You begin to realize that your true power isn't in reacting to every situation or in constantly proving yourself to others. It's in the moments where you remain still and centered, unaffected by the chaos around you. Silence helps you reclaim your power by reminding you that you don't need to be loud to be strong. One of the greatest benefits of silence is its ability to foster deeper self-awareness. When you allow yourself moments of quiet, you gain insight into your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. You can reflect on your experiences and begin to understand your true motivations. This process of self-discovery is essential for growth. Without silence, it's difficult to separate the noise of the world from your own voice. Silence provides a space for you to hear and understand your true self. As you begin to incorporate silence into your life, you'll notice that it has a profound impact on your relationships. In conversations, silence is just as important as speech. It creates space for others to share, to think, and to feel heard. By practicing silence, you become a better listener. You no longer rush to fill the gaps in conversation with words. Instead, you allow others the time they need to express themselves fully. This deep listening fosters connection, understanding, and trust in your relationships. Silence also cultivates patience. In a world that thrives on immediacy, silence teaches you the art of waiting. When you are silent, you give yourself the time to reflect, to wait for the right moment to act, and to observe the world around you. Patience is not the absence of action, but the ability to wait for the right time to move with purpose. Silence helps you develop the inner patience needed to make the right decisions and take the right actions at the right time. In addition to its mental and emotional benefits, silence can significantly improve your physical well-being. Studies have shown that reducing external noise levels and taking time for silence can lower stress, reduce anxiety, and improve overall health. When you spend time in silence, your body has the opportunity to relax, recharge, and heal. The power of silence isn't just in your mind. It impacts your entire being. Silence also plays a crucial role in enhancing your creativity. The world is filled with noise that can drown out your creative thoughts. But when you embrace silence, your mind has the space it needs to wander, explore, and come up with fresh ideas. In the quiet moments, you can hear the whispers of inspiration that are often drowned out by the hustle and bustle of daily life. The strength of silence is in its ability to center you, to bring you back to yourself, and to help you focus on what truly matters. It is a tool that allows you to clear away the distractions and noise, making room for the clarity, peace, and strength you need to move forward. As you begin to understand the power of silence, you will start to see just how much control you have over your own mind, emotions, and actions. The silence that you once thought of as a void is, in fact, a source of tremendous strength. Remember, the key to harnessing the power of silence is not to retreat from the world, but to use silence as a tool to engage with it more effectively. Silence will help you become more intentional in your actions, more present in your relationships, and more aligned with your true purpose. Embrace silence, and you will unlock the strength to create a life of clarity, focus, and true power. Thank you for tuning in to Book Boost. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. The Quiet Mind: How Silence Brings Clarity. Silence has the remarkable ability to clear the mental fog that clouds our judgment. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to get lost in a sea of thoughts, ideas, and pressures. But when we embrace silence, we make space for clarity to emerge. It's in those moments of quiet where our minds can breathe, free from the clutter that surrounds us. The quiet mind is not just about peace. It's about focus and understanding the true essence of what matters most. When you learn to quiet your mind, you stop reacting impulsively to external events. Instead, you begin to respond with intention. Silence allows you to pause, think, and then act from a place of clarity rather than chaos. In the stillness, you can hear your inner voice guiding you toward your best choices. The clarity silence brings isn't just about seeing things more clearly. It's about understanding yourself better. The mind, when allowed to be still, can dive deep into the core of your thoughts and feelings. You no longer are clouded by the noise of the outside world. This deeper self-awareness is invaluable because it helps you align your actions with your true desires and purpose. When you embrace silence, you also begin to let go of unnecessary stress. Every day, you're bombarded by information, deadlines, and the pressure to keep moving. But silence offers relief from that constant hustle. It allows you to step back and recharge. The power of silence is in its ability to help you reset, allowing your body and mind to recover from the fatigue that builds up throughout the day. In silence, you are forced to face your own thoughts. While this might seem uncomfortable at first, it's where growth happens. In those quiet moments, you confront your fears, doubts, and insecurities, but also your strengths and potential. Silence isn't something to be afraid of. It's a tool for transformation. It's through silence that we become aware of what's holding us back and what's propelling us forward. As you make silence a regular part of your life, you'll notice that you start making better decisions. The rush of adrenaline that often accompanies decision-making in a noisy environment can cloud judgment. But in the calmness of silence, your mind works more effectively, allowing you to weigh options carefully and choose what's best for you. The quiet mind also helps you become more present. Too often, we're lost in thoughts of the past or the future, missing out on the beauty of the present moment. Silence brings you back to the now, making you more aware of your surroundings, your relationships, and the opportunities before you. It's only when you silence the distractions that you can truly appreciate the gifts that life offers. By cultivating silence, you become more mindful of how you spend your time and energy. You start noticing where you place your attention and what truly deserves your focus. In this awareness, you realize how much of your time is wasted on things that don't matter. Silence helps you eliminate those distractions and focus on what will help you grow, succeed, and feel fulfilled. One of the greatest benefits of silence is its ability to foster a sense of calm in stressful situations. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. However, when you cultivate the habit of silence, you are better equipped to face adversity. Instead of reacting emotionally or impulsively, you respond with a calm mind and a clear sense of direction. Silence helps you develop patience. In a fast-paced world, it's easy to feel pressured to act quickly. But silence teaches you the value of waiting, of observing, and of taking your time. Through patience, you make wiser decisions, and you allow things to unfold naturally rather than forcing them to happen. This patience is crucial for long-term success and peace of mind. In the quiet moments, you also discover creativity. When your mind is not distracted, it can wander and explore new ideas. Creativity often thrives in silence because it removes the constant noise that blocks inspiration. In these moments, your mind is free to think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions that you may have never considered before. The power of silence also lies in its ability to help you connect with others on a deeper level. When you're quiet, you become a better listener. This allows you to truly understand the people around you. Instead of focusing on what you want to say next, you listen with intention, absorbing their words and emotions. This strengthens your relationships and fosters trust. Silence brings balance into your life. In a world where people are constantly talking, working, and rushing, silence offers a necessary pause. It helps you regain balance between your personal, professional, and emotional needs. By making room for silence, you ensure that you don't burn out from overextending yourself. Another powerful aspect of silence is its connection to emotional control. Emotions are powerful, but they can easily overwhelm us if we let them. In moments of silence, you gain the space to process your emotions without letting them control your actions. Instead of reacting impulsively in a moment of anger or fear, you can pause and respond with emotional intelligence. When you embrace silence, you allow yourself to process your experiences. Life moves fast, and without moments of silence, we risk moving through life without fully understanding the lessons we've learned. Silence gives you the space to reflect, to make sense of your experiences, and to integrate the lessons into your life. Over time, you'll find that the more you embrace silence, the more empowered you feel. You begin to trust yourself, your thoughts, and your decisions. Silence helps you build self-confidence because it allows you to tap into your own wisdom. In silence, you discover that you have all the answers you need within yourself. Silence also helps you let go of the need for external validation. In a world that constantly seeks approval from others, silence allows you to focus on your own inner approval. When you stop seeking validation from outside sources, you become more self-sufficient. Your confidence and sense of self-worth are no longer dependent on others' opinions. Ultimately, silence is the gateway to true freedom. It gives you the power to choose how you want to live, what you want to focus on, and what you want to create. It frees you from the constraints of constant noise and distractions. Silence is not a restriction, it's a tool for liberation. By integrating more silence into your life, you will experience a profound transformation. You will gain clarity, patience, creativity, and emotional control. Most importantly, you will rediscover the power within yourself to live a life aligned with your true purpose. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovering the quiet mind. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Book Boost for more content that empowers you to live your best life. Mastering the art of listening. When you begin to embrace silence, you also unlock the ability to listen in ways you never have before. The power of listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about understanding what isn't being said, reading between the lines, and truly connecting with others. Silence is the space where this kind of deep listening takes place. By stepping into silence, you allow your mind to become clear of distractions, enabling you to focus on what really matters. You stop simply hearing the surface-level noise and start understanding the deeper currents of emotion and thought beneath the words. This kind of listening is powerful because it gives you access to the true feelings and intentions of others. Listening is often a forgotten skill in today's fast-paced world. People are in a constant rush, waiting for their turn to speak rather than truly listening. However, when you take the time to be silent and really pay attention to what is being said, you begin to notice things you might have missed before. This can deepen your relationships, making them more meaningful and authentic. The power of listening through silence is also incredibly valuable for self-reflection. When you listen to your own thoughts in silence, you gain insights into your desires, fears, and motivations. In moments of quiet, you can hear your inner voice guiding you toward the right path. It's in silence that you find the clarity to make decisions that align with your true purpose. To listen effectively, you must first silence the noise inside your own mind. When your mind is cluttered with worries, distractions, and judgment, it's difficult to truly hear what others are saying. Silence helps you quiet the chatter and bring your focus to the present moment, allowing you to listen with full attention and understanding. The next step is to listen without judgment. Often, when we listen, we are already forming opinions or preparing to respond. But true listening, especially in silence, requires you to be open and receptive. It's about letting go of any preconceived notions and allowing the other person's words to wash over you without interruption. This kind of listening fosters trust and respect in relationships. Silence is also a tool that enables you to listen to your surroundings. In the midst of our busy lives, we often fail to notice the little things around us, the sounds of nature, the rhythm of a conversation, or the subtle energy of a room. Silence helps you tune in to these details, which can provide valuable insights and inspiration. Listening is not just about hearing words. It's about understanding emotions and intentions. The next time you listen to someone, try to hear not just what they are saying, but how they are saying it. Pay attention to their body language, their tone, and their pauses. These unspoken cues often reveal the truth behind their words. Another powerful lesson that silence teaches is patience. When you listen without rushing to speak, you allow space for the conversation to unfold naturally. This patience allows others to share their thoughts more freely, knowing they won't be interrupted. It also gives you time to process what's being said, leading to more thoughtful and meaningful responses. In moments of silence, you can also practice active listening. Active listening means fully engaging with what the other person is saying, asking questions, and reflecting on their words. It shows that you value their perspective and are willing to invest time and energy into understanding them. Silence makes room for this kind of deep engagement. The more you practice listening in silence, the more you begin to understand the importance of listening to yourself. When you take the time to be silent, you begin to hear your own thoughts, desires, and needs more clearly. This self-awareness is key to living a fulfilled and authentic life, as it helps you make choices that align with who you truly are. Through silence, you learn to listen with your heart, not just your ears. Your heart picks up on emotions and energies that words cannot express. When you listen with empathy and compassion, you connect with others on a deeper level, offering support and understanding in ways that go beyond what is spoken. Silence also gives you the opportunity to listen to the lessons life has to offer. Every experience, every encounter carries a lesson, but it is only in silence that you can hear the message clearly. By being silent and present, you open yourself up to the wisdom that surrounds you in every moment. The art of listening through silence doesn't just benefit your relationships, it also enhances your ability to make wise decisions. When you listen deeply, you become more attuned to the signs and opportunities around you. You develop the ability to discern what is truly important and make choices that reflect your values and aspirations. In silence, you also learn the importance of pausing. In the rush of life, we often overlook the power of a moment of pause. But pausing to listen, to reflect, to process, can make all the difference in how we respond to situations and people. Silence teaches you to pause before acting, which leads to more thoughtful and intentional decisions. The strength of silence lies in its ability to help you focus on the present moment. When you are truly present, you can listen without distraction and engage with the world around you more fully. This mindfulness enhances every aspect of your life, from your relationships to your work to your personal growth. True listening is a skill that takes practice. It requires you to quiet your mind, listen with intention, and stay present in the moment. As you practice this, you will notice a shift in your life. You'll become more connected to yourself and others, and you'll gain a deeper understanding of the world around you. Silence, in its purest form, teaches you to be more than just a listener. It teaches you to be a creator. When you listen with intention and clarity, you create deeper connections, more meaningful conversations, and a life that is in alignment with your true self. As you move forward, remember that silence is not just a tool for listening. It is a path to wisdom. Every moment of quiet is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to connect. The more you embrace the silence, the more you will hear, both from the world around you and from within. The power of silence. The power of silence is not just about remaining quiet. It's about using the silence to grow, to reflect, and to understand your inner self. It holds the key to unlocking potential you never thought you had. When you embrace the stillness around you, you begin to understand how much you can achieve by simply listening, not to the noise around you, but to the thoughts and feelings that live inside your mind. The first lesson in the power of silence is about creating space. In the noise of everyday life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Silence creates space, not just physically but mentally. It's in the quiet that you find room to think, to breathe, and to reset. In these moments of quiet, you can distance yourself from the chaos and focus solely on your thoughts and decisions. In the silence, your mind can clear. When the world around you is constantly bustling, it's hard to think clearly. But when you take time to be silent, your mind has the chance to relax and process everything that's going on inside. This is the time when clarity emerges, and you can see things for what they truly are, without all the noise clouding your vision. Learning to embrace silence teaches you patience. In a fast-paced world where everything demands your attention, silence asks you to slow down. It teaches you that good things take time, and that rushing often leads to mistakes. Silence reminds you that sometimes the best thing you can do is wait, think, and let things unfold in their own time. Silence fosters deep listening. It's easy to speak, but it takes true strength to listen. Silence gives you the space to truly listen to others without interruption. It helps you hear things that words alone cannot express. By practicing silence, you not only learn to understand others more deeply, but you also strengthen your relationships. With silence comes the ability to reflect. Reflection is essential for growth. Without the stillness to look back on our experiences, we often repeat the same mistakes. But when you practice silence, you create a space to reflect on your actions, learn from your past, and adjust your course moving forward. The power of silence also gives you the ability to focus. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to lose track of what's important. But silence teaches you how to block out unnecessary noise and put your full attention on what truly matters. It sharpens your focus, helping you become more productive and intentional in everything you do. When you embrace silence, you gain control over your emotions. Silence allows you to pause before reacting. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to react impulsively, but silence gives you the time to think before you speak or act. This moment of pause is where emotional control is born. It helps you make better decisions and respond in ways that are aligned with your values. Silence also helps you connect with your inner strength. It's in those quiet moments that you can feel the power within yourself. You don't need to shout to be heard, and you don't need to compete with the world around you. Silence shows you that your strength comes from within. It's quiet, but it's strong. In silence, you also find your purpose. The constant noise of life can drown out your true calling. But when you learn to quiet your mind and listen to your heart, you can begin to hear the whispers of your purpose. Silence brings you closer to understanding why you are here and what you are meant to do. Another lesson silence teaches is resilience. Life is full of challenges, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. But silence gives you the opportunity to recharge and come back stronger. It helps you develop the mental toughness to face adversity head-on, knowing that even in the toughest times, you have the power to remain calm and composed. Silence allows you to let go of distractions. The world is full of things that demand your attention: social media, news, work, and relationships. But none of these things matter as much as your inner peace. Silence helps you disconnect from the constant pull of distractions, allowing you to reconnect with what truly matters to you. Through silence, you also learn self-discipline. The ability to sit in silence without distraction requires discipline. It's easy to fill every moment with noise and activity, but silence teaches you the value of being still. It strengthens your ability to resist the urge to fill every silence with words or actions, and instead, to embrace the peace that comes from simply being. The power of silence also enhances creativity. In the quiet, your mind has the space to explore new ideas and solutions. When you remove the distractions, you tap into a wellspring of creativity that can lead to breakthroughs and innovative thinking. Silence unlocks your potential by allowing your mind to roam freely without the constraints of external noise. Silence encourages you to be present. In a world that constantly pulls your attention in different directions, it's easy to forget the importance of being present in the moment. Silence teaches you to focus on the here and now, helping you live more intentionally and appreciate the little things in life. It's in silence that you find true peace. Peace doesn't come from the absence of conflict. but from the ability to stay calm and centered in the face of challenges. Silence helps you cultivate this inner peace, teaching you how to navigate life's storms with grace and poise. Through silence, you also learn gratitude. When you slow down and take time to reflect, you begin to appreciate the things you often overlook. Silence gives you the space to recognize the blessings in your life, helping you develop a deeper sense of gratitude for everything you have. Silence teaches you humility. In a world where everyone is trying to be heard, silence reminds you that sometimes the best way to make an impact is through quiet actions. You don't need to seek attention or praise. True influence comes from the impact you make in the lives of others, often without saying a word. The power of silence isn't just about being quiet. It's about being intentional with your time, thoughts, and actions. It teaches you to live with purpose, to listen deeply, and to respond thoughtfully. When you embrace silence, you discover a strength within yourself that you never knew existed. The more you incorporate silence into your life, the more you'll see its incredible impact. It's a tool for growth, clarity, and peace. Silence gives you the power to create the life you desire, a life of focus, strength, and purpose. The more you embrace silence, the more you unlock your true potential. If you've enjoyed this powerful lesson on the strength of silence, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Book Boost for more life-changing content. Silence as a path to emotional control. When a person begins to embrace silence, something powerful begins to happen inside them. Emotions no longer control their actions. Instead of reacting quickly in anger, fear, or anxiety, silence gives space for the mind to breathe and observe before responding. Emotional control doesn't come from suppressing feelings. It comes from understanding them, and silence opens the door to that understanding. Many people feel overwhelmed because their minds are filled with noise, not just from the outside world, but from within. Racing thoughts, doubts, insecurities, and past memories keep playing like a broken tape. But when one practices silence, even just for a few minutes a day, the noise starts to fade. What's left is clarity, and in clarity, emotions lose their grip. Silence allows a person to pause before speaking or reacting. That pause may seem small, but it holds great power. In that still moment, one can choose peace over panic, understanding over frustration, and patience over impulse. Emotional maturity grows stronger each time silence is chosen over reaction. Imagine a person who is constantly reacting. One comment can ruin their day. One delay can trigger frustration. But then they learn to sit in silence, not just with their mouth, but with their thoughts. They begin to observe how their emotions rise, how anger tries to take over. And slowly, they become the observer, not the slave of emotions. That is freedom. The strength of silence is not in avoiding confrontation or hiding from problems. It's in facing every situation with calmness. When a person is calm, they can think better, solve better, and speak better. People who master silence become wise, not because they know everything, but because they listen deeply to others and to themselves. In this journey, emotional control starts becoming a habit. The more one practices silence, the easier it gets to remain steady when life throws challenges. When silence becomes a daily companion, the storms inside begin to calm down. One doesn't get shaken easily. They learn to respond instead of react. This emotional stability doesn't just benefit the person, it touches everyone around them. Friends, family, co-workers, they begin to notice the shift. They feel safer, more respected, more heard. Relationships improve. Arguments reduce. Misunderstandings fade. All because silence creates space for understanding and empathy. One of the most underrated forms of strength is walking away from chaos without saying a word. Not every battle deserves energy. Silence teaches that not every insult needs a reply, not every rumor needs correction, not every argument needs a winner. Peace becomes more valuable than pride. And even during the hardest moments, heartbreak, failure, betrayal, silence becomes a shelter. When the heart breaks, words can feel useless. But in silence, healing begins. Tears fall quietly, breaths slow down, and slowly, the pain starts to loosen its grip. Emotional control doesn't mean never feeling pain. It means learning how to sit with it and not let it destroy you. When the mind is silent, the heart becomes louder. One begins to understand what they truly feel, what they truly need, and what they must let go of. In silence, truth rises. And with truth comes clarity. And with clarity comes the ability to make better emotional choices. The biggest lesson here is that silence gives power, not power over others, but power over oneself. The ability to pause, to reflect, to breathe before reacting. That is true emotional intelligence. And it's built slowly, through silent moments of awareness. Even a few minutes of intentional silence every day can change a life. Sitting alone without distractions, no phone, no music, no voices, just breath and stillness. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but with time, that silence becomes the most comforting space. Over time, a silent person becomes magnetic. Their presence feels peaceful. Their energy speaks louder than their words. People are drawn to those who carry calmness, because calmness is rare, and silence is the path that leads there. In silence, one begins to notice patterns. How certain triggers cause certain emotions. How the body reacts to stress. How thoughts spiral out of control. And once a person starts noticing these patterns, they begin to take back control. That is the beauty of stillness. It reveals what noise hides. Those who value silence do not fear being alone. In fact, they cherish it. Alone time becomes sacred. It becomes the time to reset, reflect, and recenter. Emotional control deepens when one finds comfort in their own company. A quiet mind leads to a calm heart, and a calm heart leads to wise decisions. Most regrets come from impulsive words or actions. Silence teaches how to step back, evaluate, and move forward with intention. This is how emotional control becomes a lifestyle. This inner peace reflects outward. Whether in work, family, or friendships, those who master silence stand out. They bring calmness into chaos, solutions into problems, and balance into stress. That is the impact of emotional control born from silence. It's important to remember, silence is not weakness. It's not being passive. It's being powerful without the need to shout. It's speaking only when words add value, and staying quiet when silence can teach more. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with a choice. Every day, life gives opportunities to choose silence. In anger, choose stillness. In doubt, choose pause. In noise, choose solitude. These little choices shape emotional strength one day at a time. It's not about being perfect. It's about growing, slowly, silently, consistently. So, let silence be your teacher. Let it shape your reactions, your thoughts, and your relationships. The more you listen to silence, the more you begin to understand yourself. And when you truly understand yourself, emotional control becomes effortless. The impact of silence on productivity and creativity. The power of silence is undeniable when it comes to enhancing productivity and unlocking creativity. In today's world, where distractions are abundant and time seems to slip away, silence serves as the anchor that helps you focus and perform at your best. It is in silence that you can truly tap into your potential and discover new ways to elevate your work and creative output. When the noise of the world is silenced, it allows your mind to focus on the task at hand. Whether you're working on a project, a goal, or even a personal challenge, silence gives you the mental space to think deeply and strategically. It's in these moments of quiet that you gain the clarity needed to make the best decisions, set the right priorities, and move forward with purpose. For many, the act of silencing external noise is a gateway to achieving flow. Flow is that state of complete immersion and concentration that allows people to perform at their highest level. Silence creates an environment where you can lose track of time, completely absorbed in what you are doing. Without constant interruptions or distractions, you become fully engaged in your work or creative process. The impact of silence also extends to your creativity. It is often said that some of the best ideas come when your mind is quiet. When you step away from the chaos and allow your mind to rest in silence, the creative sparks begin to fly. You become more receptive to new ideas and solutions that you might have missed in the noise of your everyday life. This process of creating in silence is not about forcing ideas out of your mind, but rather about giving yourself the freedom to explore new possibilities. Silence removes the pressure, allowing you to let go of any mental blocks or limiting beliefs. It creates the space for innovation, where you can experiment with new concepts without the fear of judgment or failure. Silence allows you to reconnect with your inner voice, the source of your most authentic ideas. In moments of quiet, you can hear what your intuition is telling you, and this inner guidance becomes an invaluable tool for creativity. You can trust that the ideas that arise in these moments are the ones that truly resonate with your core values and goals. By removing distractions and immersing yourself in silence, you begin to notice patterns and connections that were once hidden. This new awareness sharpens your problem-solving skills, enabling you to approach challenges with a fresh perspective. What once seemed complicated or overwhelming now feels manageable and even exciting. Productivity thrives in silence because it removes the clutter that often leads to procrastination. When you're constantly bombarded with notifications, chatter, and external demands, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and stuck. Silence clears away the mental clutter, giving you a clear path to action. It's in these moments of solitude that you realize how much more you are capable of achieving. The ability to focus without interruption is one of the greatest benefits of incorporating silence into your routine. You no longer waste time on irrelevant tasks or mental distractions. Instead, you direct all your energy and attention to the work that matters most, increasing your efficiency and effectiveness. Every task becomes an opportunity to make progress, and silence is the fuel that keeps you going. In silence, you also develop a stronger sense of discipline. When you embrace quiet moments, you are training yourself to stay committed and focused on your goals, even when external pressures or distractions arise. The discipline to remain silent in a world full of noise is a powerful skill that directly impacts your productivity. Silence also allows you to reflect on your progress and identify areas for improvement. When you take time to pause and assess your work, you can see where you've succeeded and where you need to adjust your approach. This reflective practice helps you stay aligned with your vision, making sure you are always moving in the right direction. The importance of silence goes beyond just personal productivity. It also enhances collaboration and teamwork. In group settings, silence allows each individual to think before speaking, leading to more thoughtful contributions and meaningful discussions. When everyone has the opportunity to reflect in silence, it fosters deeper understanding and more creative solutions. By cultivating silence, you create a peaceful environment in which new ideas can flourish. It's in this tranquility that innovation happens. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You start to trust your instincts, knowing that the quiet moments are when you can truly hear your best ideas. Creativity often requires a break from the noise, both external and internal. The pressure to constantly produce and perform can stifle creativity. Silence provides relief from this pressure, allowing your mind to breathe and relax. In these moments, your creativity can bloom freely, unburdened by the weight of expectations. Incorporating silence into your life isn't just about finding moments of peace. It's about creating the conditions for your highest potential to be realized. When you make silence a regular part of your routine, you unlock the door to greater creativity, deeper focus, and increased productivity. Every idea, every breakthrough, begins in the stillness. As you continue to embrace the strength of silence, you'll notice that your ability to think clearly and act decisively improves. You begin to approach challenges with confidence, knowing that you have the power to create solutions in the quiet moments. Silence teaches you that you don't need to rush or force things. When you trust in the process, everything falls into place. Over time, the impact of silence will compound. The more you practice silence, the more you'll realize its benefits. Your productivity will increase, your creativity will flow more freely, and your overall effectiveness will soar. Silence becomes not just a tool, but a way of life, a practice that empowers you to be your best self. This isn't just about quieting the external world, it's about quieting the noise within. When you quiet your inner critic and judgment, you allow your true potential to shine. Silence creates the space for you to be the best version of yourself, and in this silence, your greatest achievements are born. Remember, silence is not an absence, it is a presence. It is the presence of focus, creativity, and clarity. It is in silence that you unlock the power to achieve what you never thought possible. So, embrace silence. and let it be the foundation upon which you build your greatest successes. Harnessing silence to build stronger relationships. Silence is often viewed as a tool for personal growth, but its power also extends to the way we interact with others. Learning to embrace silence can drastically improve our relationships and help us build deeper, more meaningful connections. When we allow space for quiet moments, we create an environment where people feel heard, understood, and respected. This is a powerful way to strengthen bonds with those around us. In every relationship, whether with family, friends, or colleagues, communication is key. Yet, communication isn't only about talking. True communication is about listening, and silence is the foundation of listening. In a world that often prioritizes speaking over listening, the act of simply being silent while someone else shares their thoughts can create a profound sense of connection. By practicing silence, you allow others to express themselves fully, which in turn fosters mutual respect and understanding. Silence encourages patience, a quality that is essential for healthy relationships. When you're silent, you're not rushing to offer advice or interrupt with your own experiences. Instead, you're allowing the other person the time they need to fully express themselves. This space can lead to more thoughtful conversations and a greater understanding of the emotions and thoughts behind the words. By embracing silence, we also learn to manage our reactions. In moments of tension or conflict, silence can be a powerful tool for emotional control. Instead of reacting impulsively, silence provides you with the opportunity to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully. This thoughtful response can prevent misunderstandings and create a more peaceful environment for resolving differences. Another powerful aspect of silence in relationships is the way it can deepen your emotional intelligence. When you're silent, you are not only listening to the words being spoken, but also to the emotions and intentions behind them. Silence allows you to observe body language, tone of voice, and subtle cues that reveal deeper truths. By tuning into these nonverbal signals, you gain a deeper understanding of the people around you. In a busy world, silence can also help you reclaim your presence. Often, we're distracted by our phones, thoughts, or external noise, which makes it difficult to truly connect with others. Silence allows you to be fully present in the moment, giving your full attention to the person in front of you. This kind of presence speaks volumes and can make others feel valued and appreciated. Sometimes, silence is the most powerful form of communication. There are moments when words fail, or when saying too much can complicate the situation. In these times, silence can convey understanding, support, and empathy. A quiet presence in times of grief, for example, can often provide more comfort than any words could. The strength of silence is in its ability to express emotions without the need for language. Learning to harness silence in relationships also helps us create space for introspection. When we spend time in silence, we can better understand our own feelings and responses. This self-awareness makes us more attuned to the needs of others and enables us to interact with them in more thoughtful and intentional ways. Silence encourages mutual respect, as it allows both parties to feel heard. When you're able to offer someone the gift of your quiet attention, it signals to them that you value their words and their presence. In return, you foster a sense of trust and respect, which are the building blocks of any strong relationship. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to forget the power of a simple pause. Yet, silence is often the bridge between two people. It's the space where understanding is born, where thoughts are processed, and where relationships are deepened. Silence offers us the opportunity to connect on a level that words alone cannot. Through silence, we also create the opportunity for more meaningful interactions. When we stop filling every moment with conversation, we allow room for moments of reflection, shared experiences, and unspoken understanding. This can lead to more authentic connections, as people are able to relate to each other on a deeper level. Silence is an essential tool for empathy. It allows you to listen with an open heart, to feel what others are feeling, and to understand their needs without jumping to conclusions or offering unsolicited advice. By practicing silence, you create the space for true empathy to flourish, and empathy is the foundation of all strong relationships. The best relationships are built on a foundation of trust and understanding, and silence plays a crucial role in both. By practicing silence, we show others that we are willing to listen without judgment, to be present without distraction, and to offer our support without expectation. This builds trust and creates a deeper connection with the people around us. Silence also teaches us the power of observation. When we remain silent, we become more attuned to the energy in the room, the emotions of those around us, and the subtle dynamics at play. This heightened awareness allows us to respond in ways that are more thoughtful and compassionate. It's in the silence that we can observe the unspoken and understand what's truly going on beneath the surface. By incorporating silence into our daily interactions, we allow for a greater depth of communication. Conversations become more meaningful because they are less about filling space with words and more about creating a genuine connection. Silence allows both parties to reflect, absorb, and then respond in a way that is thoughtful and intentional. The power of silence in relationships also extends to the way we handle conflict. Often, in the heat of the moment, we react impulsively, driven by emotion. Silence helps us create a buffer between stimulus and response, allowing us to choose our words and actions with care. In this way, silence can prevent conflicts from escalating and create a more harmonious atmosphere. When you embrace silence in your relationships, you'll begin to notice the profound effect it has on the quality of your connections. People will feel more heard, more respected, and more understood. As a result, you will strengthen the bonds you share and create a space for deeper, more meaningful relationships to flourish. In every interaction, silence offers us the opportunity to respond with intention rather than reaction. It allows us to choose our words carefully, to listen attentively, and to act with empathy. The more we incorporate silence into our relationships, the more we build a foundation of trust, respect, and understanding. Ultimately, silence teaches us that true connection doesn't come from filling every moment with words or trying to control every interaction. True connection comes from being present, being quiet when needed, and allowing others the space to be themselves. This is where real, lasting relationships are born. So, as you move forward, remember that silence is not just a tool for self-reflection, but a bridge to deeper, more meaningful relationships. By harnessing the power of silence, you can build stronger connections with those around you and create an environment where trust, empathy, and understanding can thrive. Thank you for joining us on this journey with Book Boost. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring and transformative videos.